Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another video, folks. Now, this is quite important here, so let's get with the disclaimer. This is my investment around Shiba Inu. This is how things are going for me. I am not in any position to be reporting stuff like this. This is basically just what's been happening with me around Shiba Inu. And of course, I'm going to kind of lay out some new information. You probably have seen it if you are following this, but this is for my core audience, if that makes sense. Just kind of letting you guys know what I'm doing. The important part here, and of course this is also the disclaimer, is that I am not a financial advisor, nor do I pretend to be. I am a person who has a bit of money who wants to invest it in stocks and cryptocurrency in the hopes of making a profit. That is my game. This is what I'm doing with my time and spare money. Now, let's get into what has been happening with Shiba Inu. Currently, the situation with Shiba Inu, I mean, since the last video, right, a lot of things have happened. So Shiba Inu has appeared on a billboard in Times Square, which is pretty darn cool because that does signify the fact that I think it's here to stay. And there's a lot of stuff that have happened over the last week since the last video that actually are telling me that this token, this so-called Dogecoin killer, is here to stay, and it has a serious ambition of overtaking Dogecoin, and hopefully gets pretty far as well. That would be nice to see. So I'm a bit late to the party, but I think the party's not yet over. Let's put it this way. Now, what has been happening with Shiba Inu as far as the week goes? So first things first, we've got loads of things like Shiba Swap and Shiboshis and coming out. I'm not really touching these because I'm not invested in it. If you are interested, you can go and look them up. There's a lot of stuff. There's also loads of predictions from, I would say, dodgy sources. But you have to take these with a pinch of salt because you don't know what will follow. There's been this person, let me go back here, and I've been following this because I thought it was funny. Oh, we missed it. So Dr. Joe Reed right here making all these wonderful predictions and stuff about Shiba being listed on Robinhood and all that sort of mumbo jumbo. I think this guy or this account is not a genuine account, but it was fun to watch the commotion. Obviously, this is a bit of like hype, you know, so he's just joining the bandwagon, I think. But let's go into other things as well. So quite important for Shiba Inu is the fact that AMC theaters are in the process or considering using Shiba Inu as a form of payment. So we're now starting to see a more important role for Shiba Inu in the fact that it can now be used as a form of payment in several outlets. That's pretty cool. And I think the other thing that I wanted to point out, and this has been in the news as well, where was it? Let's put it up here. I think I might find it. Let me just move some stuff around. So I think I spelled it right. There we go. Kraken Exchange. And of course, as you can see right here, let's see where. So Mana's made it on Kraken. That's pretty neat. Shiba Inu is also now on Kraken, which is really good. This is a crypto trading platform. I think Shiba Inu more or less has made it on all the major crypto trading platforms with the exception of Robinhood. Now around that, this is what makes me think that this coin is really good, really powerful, and here to stay. So and this will show the strength of the community behind this coin, this token. It's not been listed on Robinhood. However, even with this, it has retained its value. It has not dipped too much, and most of the other outlets and exchanges have started to accept it. So it is being vastly traded. I think the value of this coin will go up with time. I think it does yield a lot of potential. Now, of course, another thing that has happened, and this is funny because this has caused a bit of drama. So if we go to, and this is coin market cap right here, we scroll down here, currently speaking, Shiba Inu has overtaken Dogecoin But there's a couple of problems. So first things first, apparently the market cap is not the right one. Should be lower, as well as the circulating supply. Now, this is quite important with the circulating supply here, because the rarer something is, or the less of something that there is on the market, the more it drives up the value. That's quite logical. And as you can see right here, this is a little graph for the last 7 days, and it's held pretty steady, whereas there's a lot of fluctuations with most of the other currencies. So I think this is a consolidation period right here, and I think we're going to start seeing a move pretty soon. But I'll get into that because I've got this right here. Now, for those that are watching from the US, with trading stocks and cryptocurrency in Europe, there are a lot of silly regulations. It almost feels like they don't want you to do it, if I'm honest. So the big platforms that everybody else uses, well, we can't really use them here. The only reason I know this is because I'm using eToro, and I looked at their sponsorship program, and you know what? Most sponsorship programs are pretty clear. This is not. And obviously it's not eToro putting this, or just, you know, dreaming up these rules. It's actually pushed by regulations. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm currently having to use eToro. I am looking into other platforms as well that I can use and access from within the EU or UK, because they both fall in the same bracket anyways. So definitely happy, going back to this, that Kraken Exchange is putting this up. I think it's meant to go up as of today, which is the 2nd of the 11th, as you can see. Possibly yesterday, I don't know, but definitely it's gone up, so that's pretty darn decent. The other thing that I wanted to point out is that I personally believe that eventually Robinhood will list Shiba on their platform, which is going to be good as well. It will drive up the price as more people start to use this and trade it and stuff like that. Now, why do I say that? I've got a couple of tabs open over here. All right, so let's have a quick look at Robinhood stock prices, because it's quite important right here. So this is where we're at. We're looking at Robinhood stock prices for the last 6 months. I'm seeing here a bit of a downtrend, but that's fine. But this is where we're looking at right here. This is where Shiba Inu comes into play. And obviously, you'll know that Robinhood has not yet posted or listed Shiba Inu as a token for their platform. So this has actually lost them a lot of money, bearing in mind that a good percentage of their profit in the past quarter was, of course, from the trade of cryptocurrency. So I think in the future Robinhood will end up listing Shiba Inu. They have to. There's no possible way. Yes, they're going on about this regulatory thing, but I think they're going to have to get a move on. Otherwise, what's happening here is that they're losing out to their competitors, and they can't do that for too long. So I think maybe, I don't know, December, January of next year onwards, I expect to see Shiba Inu on Robinhood. So that, of course, will push the price up. So this is where I'm at right now. This is what I've been doing. As you can see, I'm getting better. I'm starting to learn how to read these charts. But this is, from what I'm seeing right here, seems to be a bit of a resistance line, and we are on an upward trend. As you can see, we haven't actually fallen below it. And if I zoom out, I have tried to kind of get it from its lowest point here to its lowest point there, and we haven't actually fallen below it. But if we zoom in, so it is forming a bit of a triangle, and as you can see, it's getting quite interesting here. Now, bear in mind, I actually put these lines up for they've been up on this chart for about 2 days now, and I have been monitoring it on and off. But it's quite interesting because it's staying within this triangle right here. Now, this normally signifies some sort of a movement. I think the same thing happened, where was it? I think somewhere around here. I can't remember what the pattern was, but I know I checked it around here. Or was it here? Yeah. So I think this is where I was looking at. Something like that. This was the previous triangle I was looking at. So obviously we had a bit of a move, but I think another move is going to happen. And it is staying pretty pretty good within this triangle, to be honest. I think this was an attempt here, but the most important here is this right here, the line of resistance that we've had for about 2 days now. So as you can see, it's been tested here, tested here, tested here, and we have not gone below it. So that is good for me because I'm currently breaking even on it in terms of my investment, which does also show me a lot of potential in it. Like I said, I am still learning how to read these charts. I'm getting better at it with each day. I'm learning new things with each day, so I am not an expert within this type of niche. Let's call it that. Yeah, I guess let's call it a niche. It is a niche, but it is something I'm willing to learn. It is something I'm looking into getting into. And the other thing about Shiba Inu that I really like is its community. It is a community driven token, as I can see, and has a very strong community. And the other thing I wanted to point out to you guys, because we've talked about Shiba here, and this I'm hyped about it. I think this has so much potential, and I'm going for it. You know, I'm in it for the long term, and what I'm aiming to do with this is to get my initial investment back eventually, and then use the profit to continue investing it into Shiba. But the other thing I want to kind of point out, and if you've been following the news, you might already know by now that Facebook is rebranding itself, and so of course that will have some sort of impact throughout cryptocurrency. And one that I want to highlight is, whenever this loads eventually, is of course Mana. Now if you look here, where are we? There we are, Mana. So it's actually doing quite all right. We'll open up another chart, and this is kind of where the Facebook announcement came. Just look at what's been going on, that massive bull run. Now I think it's going to level out for the time being, and I think when the changes in Facebook go live, I think we might potentially see another push up. So I've also invested in some Mana because of that. I think this is going to have another impact. I think it is a bit stretched, and you can actually buy quite a bit of it for next to nothing, at least in my opinion. Definitely worth a shot. It's definitely not gone down, and I am on the green with this still, so that's good. And I came very late to the party. I think I came around here, so 2.5ish, just above that, 2.5, and I'm still in the green. Now I think this has potential to go even further up, especially when Facebook rebrands itself to Meta. Yeah, there we go. Butcher the name, but you know what I mean. And so that is pretty much what I'm up to. On top of that, as I said, I believe that Robinhood stocks will go up, and I've also bought stocks in Robinhood. We'll see what happens with Robinhood. I'm just slightly, ever so slightly at a loss. I think it's 0.3 something, and I'm fine with that. I am absolutely fine. Now this, of course, here on eToro, and this is not the real thing, very important. This is the virtual account. Okay, so this is something I wanted to show you right at the end. And as I said, I'm going to stress this because it's quite important. I am not a financial advisor. All right, this is just what I'm doing in my spare time. Where is it? So here I have a portfolio. This is where I've been playing around with. I'm still learning how to use it. I'm still learning how to read the charts and all that. It is actually not a bad platform, if I'm honest. It is a bit expensive because it does charge, but it is what it is. So what I've been doing here, for example, is I've been following different traders and trying to figure out how and what they trade, and just kind of keeping an eye on them, seeing how they make the profit, because I'm just curious. You know, I'm comparing what I'm doing to what they're doing, if that makes sense. And I think eToro gives you $100,000 virtual equity, so you can play around with that and stuff like that. But what I did do over here, as you can see, I bought, I think, $18,000 worth of virtual equity in Shiba. And as you can see, this is my investment. This is what it's made. Now, I bought it at a really good price when it was 40. I did have some stuff that I bought, some tokens I bought at that price, but things have happened, and I'll cover that in a separate video. But just look at that. I mean, that's a decent profit right there. I don't care what you're saying. That's good, you know. and I think it can go further up. It has the room. I think it's going to reach, I think it's going to knock one of them zeros out, and I think it's going to potentially get close to $0.01, so a penny, at some point in the future, maybe in the next 4 years. So I am committed to being part of the Shiba army, which is kind of cool. I'm proud to be part of the Shiba army. Do you know what? I had my moments of doubt, but right now, this is looking really strong, and it's looking like it's going to just continue going up and up, and I cannot wait to see that. And that is pretty much it for this video, folks. I'm going to end it here. Before I do end the video, I'm just going to say, I know there are channels out there that do this far better than I do. I'm not here to report news on Shiba Inu. I'm here just to share with you what I'm doing, what I think, why I think it, and hopefully, in the long run, show you some results on my thoughts. Am I right? Am I wrong? We'll see. Time will tell. So just to kind of get that out the way, I am not aiming to be, at least at this point in time, to be a investment channel, if that makes sense, where you invest in stocks and crypto. I'm just sharing something different to what I would normally do. I tend to do gameplay videos, and this is just a different type of content that I am testing out. If you guys like it, we'll take it further. As I learn, I'll get better at it, and that's just the way it is. And with that being said and done, I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more if you're new and are interested in this and want to see my development in this whole new world. Until next time, stay safe, folks.